Hi, Dr. Fitzsimmons. My name is Rob Lewis, and I'd like to start by thanking you for taking the time to review this video. I think you'll find it both informative and possibly help to move your business the way you want to move it, which is to grow it. I found a number of alarming things in your online marketing that I think you need to pay attention to, and this video will cover that. And at the very end, I'm going to request that you set up an appointment with me, and if you choose not to, that's fine. Enjoy the video, enjoy the information that I have provided here. Let me start by introducing myself. As I said, my name is Rob Lewis, and I've spent the last 25 years doing internet marketing, and I started in the internet in 1983, if you can believe it. My first website, 1994. First online marketing was in 1995, and I've been doing it ever since then. I really know my stuff. I went to University of California at San Diego undergrad, where I was a double major. And then I went to University of Virginia for business school. So I have the proper foundations, both technically and educationally, to be able to support you in the way that you need to be supported in the conversation of how to grow your business. Before we get into any of that, let me show you a little bit about what I'm going to be talking about, or where things are on the screen. Right here below, that is the mobile version of your website. Basically what happens is I've got an iPhone replicator that shows that my iPhone on your screen. To the left over here, to the right, is the online version of your online marketing. It's just much easier to see on a large screen and in video than the mobile version. We're going to start first with the mobile version because that's the first alarming thing that I discovered about your online presence. Google no longer uses the web version of the website to manage the content of how you're showing up online, so your SEO-ness. It only uses the mobile version. And that's because 60% of your potential new clients are going to come from mobile. In other words, you're going to be using a mobile device to find you and have their first interaction with you. So they view that as the primary interface. We do the same thing. We assume that the person trying to reach out to you is on their mobile phone, and all they want to do is call you or get in touch with you or be in contact. My pet's got problems, that kind of conversation. So with your website, the online version doesn't make it very easy. The very first thing that's shown to a customer online is your new online shop, and I'm pretty sure that's not a foundational aspect of your business. I don't think you're trying to compete with Petco and PetSmart, and we'll get into that in just a moment. Most important thing here is the phone number, and it's kind of, it's there and available, and could make the call, could make it work. All that cool sort of dynamic media on the bottom is kind of buried and hidden. And your social media icons are more important than the brand of your website. Just pointing out a couple of things that are a little bit out of whack for what you should have in terms of importance on the homepage. Your vet's first choice online shop is at the bottom of the top part of your website. Again, online shops might bring in some additional income, but it's not your primary business. Your primary business, and we'll get into that in just a little bit, is pet care. That's where you make the lion's share of all of your revenue. So if we scroll down on your mobile version of your website, you finally get down to a nice size button that says call now or request appointment, and the person who's fumbling around trying to drive, possibly, not that they're supposed to, but they do, and click on a button, won't get down to this, won't be able to read to get to this point. Hours are there, which is nice, helps them to understand that. A quick form to fill out to be able to be in contact with you, and not a whole lot of information about your business. The stuff that's here is difficult to read. Now you can see that on the screen and really get how hard it is to read. Now, not everybody's going to have the ability to darken that and raise the font size so that it's legible. They won't know how to do it. And again, another shop online. See, you're very proud of the online shopping. and all the way down to the bottom where you finally get some client reviews and services button to be able to get out to. Another form to fill out. That's 2 forms on the same page. That's kind of problematic in the world of mobile, just because there isn't a whole lot of space to begin with, and to have 2 forms for filling out it's just cumbersome. So mobile page needs to get modified dramatically to make it usable, and have Google use it to rank you better. The next alarming thing is around your website. We'll get into some of what your competitors are doing in your space. But your website, again, with the new online shop, seems to be taking up a lion's share of everything on the site. What you really want someone to do is make a phone call to set an appointment with you. That's the primary goal of your website, not to sell them another piece of pet tchotchke. So as we get down into your site, I like the interface where you've got the animated videos or animated images. It's kind of the next best step in terms of having something that's interactive. There is a blank image in there, which is weird. And again, information, but not enough for someone to make a bona fide decision off of the home page. And again, the grayed out text doesn't work even on the desktop version of your website. So let me talk about point number 3. We talked about the mobile, we talked about your desktop. Point number 3 is that you are wedged in what we refer to as the veterinary marketing pit of doom. You are wedged between Banfield and Petco, both of whom really understand the value of a new pet patient. And if you look at where you're located, it's just as convenient for someone to go to either of those 2 locations to get their veterinary care, and they're already going there for an in-person shop, so they can shop for things and kind of let their pets play around with them, a tactile shop. So you're probably not going to beat them in the world of being a shop the way that you're trying to on your website. Now, it's not saying to take the shop off of your website. It's just that seems to be the most important thing on that page to drive people to your shop. And if that's the case, I'd recommend a completely different marketing strategy around how do you market to pet owners a pet shop, an online pet shop in your local area, in which case we could go national and we could really drive something really big. But that's not what's going on here. So those 2 organizations understand the value of a pet patient. They know the thousands of dollars that they're going to be able to earn from each and every pet owner, and it's in the thousands. And that's why they value them so much and why they do all the online marketing things that they do to capture those pet patients. Now, I know what those things are, and I'm able to combat them head to head so that those pet patients don't go to a Banfield, and if they get disgruntled with Banfield, then finally come to you, and have them come to you in the very first place. Don't go through the Banfield cycle. Just come straight to you and have you become their veterinary provider. Let me show you a little bit about some of your competitors. You look at Crestview. While they've got a super busy page on the very, very top, almost everything you need to know is in this top section. They have a pretty good emotionally connecting space in the middle. One of the things you'll notice their page lays out. It's also got a video. Now, video is the single most effective way of emotionally connecting with your next pet patient, and there's no video on your site. They've got one on theirs. They've got all of their blog posts on their website, so it's easy to find them. And everything is just there and easy to get access to. We'll dive into all of the aspects of your marketing, including your Facebook page, in just a moment. The next one we want to look at is Animal Medical Center of Cumming. And again, a very interactive site where they've got, now they're not working in the world of mobile, and I did happen to check out their mobile sites. Their mobile version is terrible, but they do have a very well laid out page with the veterinarians on the home page. Easy to reach out to, easy to be in touch with, and easy to see who is working there and get an idea of who's going to be taking care of their pet loved one. Location and everything else, all on the homepage. So a customer could make a decision off of that. Their information at the very tippy top is difficult to find, difficult to understand, so it's not up front and center. So they could fix that, but generally speaking, they're doing pretty good. Now, Banfield. This is your primary issue in your local area. They are fantastic at marketing. They are stealing clients from you faster than you know how to capture them. Now, their websites are not particularly good. They provide just the basic information, not a whole lot of emotionally connective stuff inside of it. It's literally all about the store and that's it, and then it's all about Banfield itself as a veterinary chain. But they do have all of the information that's necessary. Now, I only show their site because they are a competitor, they are taking clients from you, they're doing it regularly, and they have their act together when it comes to finding that next pet patient. Petco is not as good as Banfield, but they still get the value of that pet patient. That's why they started the veterinary practices inside of Petco, and they're trying to grow that dramatically. We just haven't gotten around to getting it complete and up and running. So your online presence, a couple of things. Very cool that you've got a chatbot. So the chatbots are the new up-and-coming way of interactively marketing to your clients or being in communication with your potential next client by being in an automated chatbot. Yours looks like an automated chatbot. So whoever's driving it, just ask them to tone down the automation. Get into a conversation and have the conversation branch off instead of start off with a menu selection. You wouldn't start a conversation with a menu selection saying something along the lines of, can someone assist me? What services do you offer? Can I book an appointment? That's obviously a menu system, right? So the intention with chatting is to be in a live communication with a live human being. So they're used to being in a live communication with a live human being. That's a clear separation from that. So just whoever's working on that, have them clean that up a bit and have it so that it works. Whoever's doing your online marketing for your social media is doing a really good job of it. They might be doing a little too much. Looks like it's every couple of hours. Now, if you're seeing people turning your channel off, it's because there's so much content. Now, I don't know who's doing it, who's working on it, but if you look at your St. Patrick posts, I think you have like 5 of them, which is a lot for one day. Now, imagine if you're on Facebook or any social media channel and somebody keeps throwing information at you, throwing information at you, throwing information at you. At some point, even if you like the information, you'd rather see the information about your friends and relatives that is supposed to be in your newsfeed versus cute things that are being said about pets on St. Patrick's Day, right? So you'll just turn that off. We all have the ability to turn off any noise that's making too much noise. And I think that's where you're crossing into. Think in terms of about once every day or every other day, and once a week something really substantial where there's a write-up, some piece of information they can engage with. And the cute little images in between are just fine, but not every single day, certainly not 4 or 5 times a day. It's just basic social media practice 101 type stuff. Finally, the search engine Vets Near Me currently doesn't allow Banfield and PetSmart in. You're not listed on it. It's free to sign up, free to register. I'd recommend going in and registering for that. So thank you very much. Below is a link to set an appointment with me. It's a 1-hour appointment, no obligation conversation about some other stuff that I know about your practice. It's some stuff that I'm definitely going to offer you to make it so that your business grows faster than the Petco and the Banfield, and that you survive and thrive going forward inside of the Cumming, Georgia area. As a man who was born in Atlanta, I know the area. I love the people, love the place, And I look forward to speaking with you soon. Thank you very much.